Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Martavius.
And Cash.
And welcome to another episode of
Never Miss a Monday.
So, in this episode, we are going to just talk about just a lesson from plants, really. That's pretty much it. It's just a lesson from plants. We were really just talking about our plant Sunkiss, and it was just, growing a lot. And
What kind of plant is Sunkiss?
Sunkiss is an orchid. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Orchid.
Yes, it's an orchid.
Okay. And we've had it for some time, and it started in this little white vase, this very small white vase, and now it's grown to this huge yellow container that we have. But we're just looking at it and just admiring it, and just how much it's grown, and just noticing that growth. It's like there are new changes that need to be made, to the environment, right? We have to change up the soil, maybe add new soil, mix in some soil and some new water, because it's growing, right? And it just needs that room to grow. So we just wanted to hop on real quick and just talk about that.
Yeah, so Sunkiss is 3.5. I actually still remember when Martavius got Sunkiss for me as a gift. So he often will bring home flowers. And this is the first time I actually remember him bringing home flowers.
Oh.
And it was this little orchid, and it was a tiny little pot. And I still remember because we had just gotten engaged. So it was the week after he had proposed, February of 2017. And I see this flower, and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. And months earlier, we had talked about the whole, I don't want to get you flowers because they're just going to die. So this particular plant was one that I had the opportunity to actually take care of. And if I actually put effort, I didn't have to let the plant die. Because, if you get roses or regular flowers, you put them in a vase with water, but come on, you don't expect them to carry on. So that is just some background on Sunkiss. So we've had Sunkiss a really long time, and this plant has always been really special to us. And for me, it's always, I feel signified a piece of our relationship. And I always feel we've both learned a lot from Sunkiss over the years.
Right.
And so today, Marty was singing the Sunkiss, as he tends to do, and talking about how it's grown. He's always like, babe, look, there's a new leaf that just sprung up, and
it's exciting.
pointing out different things that are changing with Sunkiss. And he said, I'm gonna need to take out the dirt and mix it up and add some new ones so that way the roots can get established. And him saying that really just made me think about life as that is a metaphor for life. So we've had Sunkiss, like I said, for 3 years. So this is a process that we've been doing for the last 3 years. And I mean, the pot started off if you can imagine, the size of my palm.
Right. And
now it's about the size of a large pot that you would cook spaghetti in, a huge, one of those huge noodle pots. So it's, it's grown from the size of a palm to now it's the size of a huge, think about a cooking pot that big. So it's gone through a lot of changes in its base. And so when he said that, I just thought about man, actually seeing him do it, it's the roots are exposed because it's you're taking out the dirt. So the roots are exposed. You kind of have to lay the plant to the side a little bit while you turn up the dirt and get the water in. And so I thought about that, and I'm man, I wonder how Sunkiss feels going through that. That must not feel the best. It's you're out of your element. You're kind of just out there. But then the fresh soil comes in, you get replanted, you get water, and you learn to adapt. Sunkiss, the plant, learns to adapt those roots to the new soil, to that tilling process. And I just thought about, man, if that isn't life, it's just when we get comfortable in our pot, just when we get comfortable in our soil and we start to grow, it's time to expand and change our pot. We have to change out the soil, put fresh soil in, till the land, essentially. And that process does not feel good. It doesn't feel good to be out of your comfort zone. Your roots are all hanging out, in the air. It's what happened to
Right.
my warm little dark, well, not dark, but my warm, cozy spot.
Comfortable.
Yeah. And it's like this new dirt, and it's like even so, it's like the first few days of being in that new soil, it's going to be so uncomfortable. You know, it's not going to be the grooves that you're used to. You're going to have to learn to establish new roots, learn to get comfortable in a new pot, and learn how to thrive in a new environment. And this new environment actually happens to be better suited for you, even though that transition period can be rough for a point in time. So, you know, Sunkiss is a very magical plant, and we always attribute it to God kind of giving us messages through Sunkiss, and that was kind of the message that was given today, that, you know, transitions aren't always pretty, but they are suited for your growth. You can't stay in a place that you've outgrown. You know, you have to get that fresh soil, and even though that upheaval, it hurts, it's uncomfortable, it's one, temporary, it's two, setting you up for success so that you can grow, and it's three, challenging you so that way you can be the best and most vibrant version of yourself. So yeah, all that from Sunkiss, and that's kind of what we wanted to share today, was just our thoughts on the process.
Absolutely. I agree 100% everything you said. So, I have really nothing else to say. You pretty much said it all. Great summation of all that. That was great. So, that's just lessons from Sunkiss. And I feel that you can get lessons from just about anything, just as long as you look for it. You know, if you look for it, you're going to find it. You know, there's this saying, seek and you shall find. So if you're looking for things, again, that whole reticular activating system, we talked about that before. It's just, you know, your brain's going to be looking, you know, for that thing. You know, like if you get a new car, like you see that same model car everywhere. You know, if you look for those lessons, you're going to see those lessons everywhere. If you ask yourself those questions of who am I, or, you know, what can I do today, or how can I be more this or more that? If, you know, you look for the question, you know, you ask the question, your brain's going to be looking for those things. So that's kind of what we just saw in this, is just, you know, just tilling the land and just seeing that new growth and just making way, like really that whole make way, make way for, you know, what's about to come, because it's going to need that room, and it's going to have to, you know, have this new space, this new environment, because it's on a new level of growth. So yeah, I hope that we all apply something from this, that, yes. You know, even us as we're, you know, talking through it and just thinking on it ourselves. But if you're listening to this and you just got some value out of it, just absolutely use it, apply it, share it with somebody else who you feel that they need to hear a plant message. I mean, you may have your own plant message. I mean, you can use Sunkiss, but you may have your own that you can just relate to other people. So just share that message and share that positivity, and have that mindset.
Yes, guys, have a fantastic week. And remember that your trials are for a purpose. Keep going.
All right, we'll see you guys next Monday. Thanks.
Toodles.